Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome. Today I'm going to actually try something new. This is going to be more of like an ASMR video. I'm working on this little project here. And it's raining outside. There's a beautiful weather with the rain and the raincoats. And I'm working on this project, as you can see. And I actually would like to do these kind of things live. However, now we didn't really reach that number. That live requires like 1,000 subscribers and so on and so forth. That's why I am doing this here through a video. And if you would like to see this as maybe this is actually, there's a tutorial for this one, so I don't want to do that. It's on YouTube, for this pattern, but you can join me here. I can do like a point of view that I can record it from my angle to show you that, but this today we're just gonna do it. And this is also me testing my fear of being seen. So that's why I just want to do it here, so you guys can also watch it too. Oh, please do comment down below. I don't know if you can hear the rain on the background, but I'm planning to do this knitting for like 10 minutes. And if you can watch it, go ahead and subscribe to it, to the channel, so we can actually do these live, which I would prefer. Much better, so we can also have chit chats and conversations. I really appreciate that. And I don't really mention my story. I just posted some short videos with fun edits when I launched this channel. I have been a knitter and crocheter actually since I was second grade, 8 years old. I first saw my mother in my culture tradition. They actually make these little cute borders on the edge of towels, bathroom towels, and that's the first thing I actually crocheted because I saw my mother doing it, I loved it, and I did it. And then I kept doing other things. I started with crochet. Actually, I wasn't knitting anything, and then road pathway took me to New York along my journey. I went there, I designed clothing, and then are we going to dip in there? Let's see, do we have a dip in there? No. Okay, so then I didn't really design many of this kind of complicated stuff because these are actually handmade, and the fashion industry doesn't really do handmade most of the time. And I was in fast fashion, so I didn't knit nor crochet for a very long time because of that. But after I started quick fashion, I actually came back. This is my safe spot. This is my safe harbor, let's say. Whenever I feel stressed, I go ahead and do these kind of stuff. And usually I used to make stuff up, but now the internet, the divine power of the internet, has so many patterns, so many videos and tutorials and people. So now I can look up something complicated as I want, and then I make it. And what happened when I start back is, it was like 2020 or 2022, I actually got back into knitting socks, which I have never done before. Okay, and then that got out of hand because I started making much more complicated patterns and such, and buy more sock yarns, which I love. So colorful and beautiful they are. And this year I got a little bored of socks, making socks, and then I got into more of making shawls. As you can see, this is like a new pattern that I made. These are all like, I don't really want to put tutorials on these ones because like the instructions on this is a free pattern that I found on Ravelry.com. And what happens there is they had this instructions said do not record any instructional videos, so it's like a copyrighted thing, so that's why I'm not doing that. And but what I can do, you can comment down below and let me know if you want me to. They're like symbols, for example. There's certain symbols, like I can draw the symbol for you maybe here, and then I can show you what it means if you really want to learn how to crochet. I feel like knitting is easier than crochet, because it's the same motion over and over again. Basically, they're complicated parts. I'm thinking now, I'm making a sock from another website, and I pulled the pattern. It has braids and stuff, but it's not about like the skillfulness of the hand. More, it is about following the pattern and using the right tools. For example, when you're doing a braid, there is this little hook that you can use, makes it so much easier, okay, instead of struggling to try to do by yourself. So but I feel the crochet is much more complicated. As you can see, this is something like, I don't think you can write instructions for this kind of like a pattern. This is really complicated. But the lady who made the video, I put her link in the description box of this video, made it so like clear, which you don't usually see this kind of like a very clear instructions. That's why the video has like millions of views. So I could actually pull it off. That's very important too. So what else? Now, yeah, I've been knitting for over 20 years now. 30 years. Wow. And this is my stuff. This is what I do. This is my life. I enjoy it very much, and I hope you're enjoying it too. But like I said, if you would like to have like a chit chat and become friends, go ahead on to my YouTube channel, hit subscribe so we can meet on live chat, because those kind of stuff have some requirements, you know. And we can do my this is my safe space. I mentioned this before, and I love knitting, I love crocheting stuff, and this is like every day. This is my activity, this is my meditation that I do, and I would love to do it with like a community, with people and friends. So if you want to become friends, go ahead and subscribe. Subscription is a free feature of YouTube, and you know, so we can actually grow together. Okay, and let's see what else. So what I'm doing here is I did regular double crochets here, and then this is, I don't know what, so it's like a hook that you hook behind the double crochet to give the stripe effect, horizontal stripe effect. So that's exactly what I'm doing, but it's not a double crochet. It's called a treble, I think. It's like 1, 2, 3 times. It's not like, we're not wrapping twice the yarn on this part. I'm wrapping once, and then I just dip it behind here and pull 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, so if you have any other projects like this one, comment down below. You know what it is, I can actually like you can, I don't know if I have a community on this channel. I also have another channel which I do like a coffee cup readings and such, but the thing is, maybe we can post together the things that you enjoy, that making, and the patterns that are beautiful that maybe somebody else wants to make, so we can share it with each other. Because I'm like having really hard time. I'm looking at the websites, the yarn websites, the Lion brand, the yarn inspirations. They have very beautiful patterns, but some of them are not really advanced. Like, I feel like there's a shortage when it comes to finding something advanced and online for free, or maybe like making things up is like calculating numbers and stuff is hard. And I know it shouldn't be free, because then, you know, all the effort, how they're going to make money, you know. That's another challenge that I have. But if you feel like sharing it for free, okay, like I said, this lady, she actually put it online, this beautiful pattern. And I saw another one that popped up on my feed that she actually turned this is a triangle that I like shawl, but she turned this into like a stripe pattern, so it can be a scarf. I don't know, but this is not really a soft shawl. It's not gonna come out that way, you know, like this one that I have here. It's like I fold it over, but this is gonna be a little bit stiff. Let's finish this row and then we'll end the video. And if you watched it so far, please comment down below. I'll really appreciate that. That'll be great. And if there's anything, like I posted, for example, a small flower, how to make a flower. Maybe you're a beginner, you don't know how to do any of these things. You can comment down below and I'll do those things. I'll look it up, because I am an advanced knitter and crocheter. I can't figure anything out. And even if it looks so complicated, I can maybe find a way to make it happen. This, I can't even show you how to make this, but I'm gonna tell you that, like I said, there's somebody already made it, so I don't want to be repetitive on that one. But this is like my world. I love crocheting and knitting because we can create such amazing things. And I don't know if, like, I always think about that as well. If I came to this planet during like Iron Age or maybe Bronze Age, would I be able to make these things for myself, like needles or crochet hooks? Like there's no iron around, and maybe make some things from wood, carved from wood. It wouldn't be this advanced, like small, because the wood, this kind of like stuff wouldn't be really durable. But I always dream about that. I always think about that. Like if we go back to those kind of ages, if I was in those ages, would I be able to make this happen? And then I think about the wool is actually really not that easy, I think, to like shear, process, wash it, dry it, and then turn that into a thread. It wasn't that easy back in the day, right? Even like the cotton was actually we started processing the cotton. I told you that I actually had a fashion career, and I also have written like research about fashion industry, like how certain things are invented and stuff, like the last century, not the first ones. So the cotton actually has been we start processing it at 1800s in America. There's this guy, I forgot his name, invented a machine to be able to process cotton, so we can turn that into a product. But before that, it wasn't really on the table. It was really hard to process because it has like those little what is it called, like stingy stuff, forgot the word for it, inside of it. So that's that. And so I don't know the wool, but I think we as human beings, we all had access to wool for so long. So that's why we can find still like the things are actually weaved from wool. I'm thinking like ancient Egyptians, they had what is that, linen. They had linen. The wool was more of like, when I think about the wool, the actually like Scottish and Irish comes to mind. Keep thinking about their kilts that they were wearing. I think they are made of wool, and they were actually a functional piece of fabric cloth that they were weaving, and that is a skirt that turns into a coat. They just covered themselves with it. That's the first thing pops in my mind. It's woven, that's not knitted. I don't know if there's a knitted kilt. It would have been really heavy if it was. So let's see what else we have here. I'm trying to finish this, so I can upload the video. And like I said, comment down below, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and so I'll make one stitch for you under your name. Okay, comment down below so I see your name and every stitch I make for you, every subscriber. I'm gonna make a stitch for every subscriber here. Okay, how many? I made so many already. Shouldn't be already like 600 of yours on this one, on this pattern, not on this row. Okay, almost a 1, 2. So that's why I said that's what my plan is. Comment down below and subscribe so we can open up a live and I can make a stitch for each and every one of you. That will be beautiful. I love that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 already. And then, okay, this is where the pattern gets tricky. We don't jump into here right away. We just go into this one hole right there, and then we make 2 double crochets, no, 3 double crochets in there, and then 1 here, and then 1, 2, 3. That's how we turn. And then I have another pattern to look up from this, continuing from here. Okay, thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe so we can do this live together. I love you and I wish you a magical day. Bye.